I know I'm dressed looking like I'm going to film a fashion video. Here I am, extra as hell. This isn't that. Here I am, age 19, in my single dorm room here at the University of Chicago. I'm looking outside my window, and I can see my house from here. I'm very privileged that, I lived in Hyde Park. I worked my ass off, and I got the chance to be accepted here to the University of Chicago, third best school in the nation. Not trying to brag, I promise I'm not. Third best school in the nation on a full ride scholarship, the Questbridge Scholarship, for first generation low income minority students. And within my first 2 years of university experience here, I'm still struggling. I'm going through a lot of things. Every day, I'm learning to adjust. Every single day, I'm trying to maneuver my way through college. Just like a lot of people. We all walk the same steps on this campus. We all go to similar classes. We do homework. We take exams. I'm in final season right now. We're doing our finals. But every single day I walk on this campus, the step that I take on that sidewalk will always be different from someone else. Because I'm a first gen, because I'm a low income student, and because I'm black, I'm a minority. So tell me this. If there is, less than 5% of black students here, in the entire population, undergrad and graduate combined, here at the University of Chicago, less than 5% of us here. Tell me why people ask me or tell me I took their spot away from them when I was accepted here. I don't belong here. Affirmative action should be abolished. For those who may not know, who haven't maybe seen this on their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TL, whatever the hell you want to call it, I'm going to give a quick rundown of what this video is talking about. A news article that this video is basically talking about. So I'm going to be looking to my laptop just to make sure I'm getting all the facts straight, because I don't want to, say anything that isn't factually correct. So, a New York Times article came out yesterday saying that actresses, business leaders, and other wealthy individuals were charged in a U.S. college entry fraud. So about 50 people in 6 different states were accused by the Justice Department on Tuesday in taking part of a major college admissions scandal. So what did it look like? So essentially they had received, from what it looked like, well, it is, a lot of donations or money. So it ranged from $15K all the way to about $6.5 million. So that was having students come in and take the tests, ACT and SAT, for their kids and place of them, proctored exams, special proctor exams that weren't officially, run by the college board, or probably that they were, but had some special modifications where the proctor could give extra time, even allow the test to be taken over 2 days. I don't even know how that's possible. Why would you want that in the first place? But hey, all the way to what we found out most recently, what's been getting the most public. Fellow YouTuber influencer Olivia Jade, her sister, her parents paying about $500K for their acceptance into University of Southern California. But not only that, acceptance as student athletes in crew on a varsity sport. I'm not a student athlete, so I can't talk much about this, but I will link a video below that explains more about this, the student athlete process, and how, student athletes are reacting to this. But I'm very close with, some student athlete friends on the track and lacrosse team here at U Chicago. We're a D3 school, so of course, athletes isn't, or sports isn't the biggest thing, but it takes a lot to get here on a D3 level. It takes a lot to get recruited in general. And here you are having students work so many hours into practicing, perfecting their sport, but also, perfecting their skills in school. Although many of the students who are student athlete aren't low-income first-gen minority students, they still have to work hard in school before they're admitted. They still have to reach the requirements of what USC, Chicago, Yale, what they still need to have and what they would want. But I guess if you have $500K to give, all of that doesn't matter. I'm going to link in the video again in the description box below of a student who talked about this. Love you. Thank you so much for talking about this. Really important to, see it from the student athlete perspective. I'm going to come at this from where I think a lot of people have been thinking about this. And a lot of my friends have been thinking about this. What I've been thinking about this from. From the first generation low-income minority student background. I always knew that, I was low income, or maybe not even the term low income. I definitely wasn't as well off as a lot of my friends and family. But that didn't bother me, because I knew that watching my parents and all the sacrifices, all the things that they've made for me, that I knew I had to find a way to help them. College was the way that I was going to do that. I'm very lucky and I'm very blessed, with all of the things I went through, the long nights of school, having to grow up faster. And, I'm lucky that I'm an only child. I didn't have to, deal with the stress of also having to take care of siblings. It was just me. But I still had to grow up. I had to help my parents. Couldn't just leave them in the dust. How could I? And I'm very lucky to be where I'm at. I'm so lucky that here I am at the University of Chicago. Admitted here through the Questbridge Scholarship, and also admitted as an Odyssey and Greenhouse Scholar, other scholarships for first-gen low-income students. And I'm very, very proud of that. But that didn't come with a handoff. That didn't come with $500K. That didn't come with a 2.5 donation or 2.5 million donation. This didn't come with a $6.5 million donation. That came from years and years and years of struggle, watching my parents pull themselves up by their bootstraps to get jobs to help me. My mom worked 2 jobs for most of my life, and she's contemplating going back because of, life happens. You can't leave my dad in the dust. And I've helped my parents as well. But here I am, December 1st, 2016, admitted to University of Chicago as a Questbridge Scholar. I still hear, the sound of my parents crying, and I remember my mom telling me my dad cried to her, saying that they don't have to worry about paying for college, that this is the biggest stress. And I remember that because it was the first time my dad ever slept so nice. And I remember crying in my own self that I got to help with that. They don't have to struggle. Sorry. But yet here are other students whose parents are just paying their way. But people had nerve to tell me that I only got in because of my skin color. I only got in because of my income. I didn't get in because of my work ethic, because there's no way that was possible. That my GPA and my ACT scores weren't as good. That I wasn't as smart enough. I wasn't capable. Affirmative action was the only thing that got me in here, and that should be abolished because I shouldn't be here. Affirmative action, huh? That's all I could hear. Affirmative action. I got here because they had to let me in. They lowered the standards. They had a quota they had to fill. Had a quota? Really? Like I said, 16,000 students attend this university in total. Less than 5% are black. What quota is there? Where's the quota? Tell me, where's the quota? I want to know. Because it's clearly not there. Clearly. There's less than 5%. Less than 5% of us. And I see that. And I've seen that. I walk through this campus every single day and I can count the number of people that look like me. And that's not why most of them I end up knowing. What does that say? What does it mean to be a first gen? What does it mean to be a low income? What does it mean to be a minority? It means we don't have privilege. It means we have to work 10 times as hard to get here and 20 times as hard to stay here. But it also means we have drive. We have resilience. We have passion. So many projects that my friends have been doing that I've been working on to help accelerate this university to be more inclusive, not just by admitting students from these backgrounds, but by making sure the institution itself remains inclusive in a teaching and social environment to first-gen low-income student minority students, making sure that happens. That's what that means. You think a lot of the changes that happens on campus are because of, administration's caring? It would make our lives a lot easier. But it's not. Students taking time out of their days to commit themselves to cause change. Because we have to. Because there's no reason a student should be asked, oh, you don't know how to do calculus and chemistry? Wow, did you even go to high school? There's no reason that a student should be told that because of their skin color, they're not going to make it. There should be no reason that a student can't do something or a student can't be admitted here because of skin or because they had anything behind them. We're here. And we're making our mark. This is why this news article hurts. It brings us joy to know that, what we've been facing, people are talking about it. I'm reading through Facebook comments, Insta comments, Twitter comments, and it makes me happy to know that, so many of the struggles that I've gone through in my life, we've gone through, so many people share the same sentiment. Like, yeah, people have told me that I don't belong here because of affirmative action and things like that. But here I am trying my best. Because I'm not the only one. And I promise you can scroll through Insta, you can scroll through Facebook, Twitter, you will see these comments from so many people. You'll have the occasional ignorant ones. But within ignorance, you have change. So what does this mean? And what do I hope to happen? And what do I want to get from this video? Here I am looking through this article, still trying to figure out, how people can tell me that I took a spot away. No. Paying $500K for student athletes that literally have limited spots that they have to require and fill. And you took away 2 of those spots just by money. That's taking someone's spot away. You want to abolish affirmative action because it gives people like undeserving kids like me an unfair advantage? Alright, go ahead and do that. And while you're at it, abolish the admittance for legacy favoring and donations and briberies like this. Abolish that as well, because that's affirmative action if you want to say any sort of advantage because you deem it as unfair. Because I'm sorry that, minority first-gen low-income student has historically been excluded from these public institutions, private institutions, throughout history. And that people are realizing that and we need to help them because there are capable first-gen low-income students, Questbridge students, Posse, a lot of different scholarships who are admitting students to a lot of these top tier institutions for the reason that they are capable of doing well. They're capable of being doctors, lawyers, professors at these universities, PhD grad students working to cause change in the world. But I guess because we're a first-gen minority and there's something to help us, we're taking advantage and we're playing the system that's removing help from other people. Oh, don't worry, they already have their help. 500K worth of wealth. 6.5 million worth of wealth. So, what are you supposed to get out of this? We'll take this. To my first-gen, low-income, minority student community, you belong here. Public, private, community college, you're inspiring your families, your friends, your neighborhood, and everyone who's around you. You're an inspiration. Don't give up. Keep going. Wear it on your sleeve. Wear your background on you, and you flaunt that shit. And you say, I'm a first-gen low-income student, and I'm fucking proud of it. I got here because I worked hard. I got here because I didn't have the resources that my parents could give me so easily. But I'm going to make sure that I can go back and help others just like I was finding a way to help myself. Because I know the struggle of what it takes to get to these top-tier institutions, what it takes to get to college in general. And I want to be the change in my community. Hi. My name is Na Ashite. I'm a first-gen low-income student and a minority student who was admitted to the University of Chicago as a Questbridge Scholar, the scholarship for first-gen low-income minority students. And I'm here to say, fuck your affirmative action. You think that's the reason why I'm here? You think that's the reason why me and my friends are here? Not even close. I'm here because I worked hard. And I'm going to stay here because I want to make a pathway for inspiring others to continue that. What I hope college admissions, athletic admissions take from this is that you need to be careful. But also, you know they're aware of this, you need to be transparent and need to start change. Because there are a lot of people's lives who are affected right now. There's, there's talk of expulsion from decisions that these parents, and not even just parents, that college officials have made knowingly about this. First generation, low-income minority students are here to stay. There's nothing you can do to change it. Diversity and inclusion. You can say that all you want. But no place is diverse and no place is inclusive until we have policies and ideas and laws and whatever you can describe it, until we see transparency for where we have equality and equity both in the admission and the experience that first generation low income college students experience and have to go through. So that way when they take a footstep on the sidewalk heading to their chem class, there doesn't have to be a pit of pain or a pit of difference of how they're going to feel in the classroom, of what their experience is like. Walking the same path, but having completely different experiences. Let's change that. And that starts with these admissions. And that starts with articles like these. Bringing awareness to the inequality that first generation low income students have to go through in order to get here. Change it for the better. please.